Today, I will focus on the Stickler saboteur. In short, the stickler is the need for perfectionism, order, and organization taken too far. Welcome to another episode of our Saboteur Safari. I'm Sandra, a certified professional coach and mental fitness trainer. The findings I share here are based on long-standing research by Stanford lecturer Shirzad Chamine, author of the New York Times bestseller, Positive Intelligence. Well, saboteurs are initially pre-wired in us before we develop them. They can be reinforced both in happy and difficult childhoods. They are not signs of wounding that need to be healed. Each saboteur actually takes your greatest strength and turns it into a weakness by overusing it. This is why you can usually tell the saboteurs from people's strengths. I have to admit that my stickler saboteur has played quite a big role in my life. Looking at the flip side of the coin, this strength has helped me a great deal on my professional path as a communications expert. In that realm, you want to be very clear about your strategy and take methodical action and hit home in every aspect. Well, you want to deliver at an all-time 120% perfection standard, ideally. But you may have guessed it, this takes a toll. People with a stickler bias tend to get very much absorbed by the urge to create structure and tidiness, and they implicitly expect others to follow their example. Let's be clear, for a stickler, the others simply have too lax standards. But to be fair, if you have a stickler bias, you are not only super critical of others, but also of yourself. You hate mistakes, which you consider to be unforgivable and a sign of weakness, if you're honest. This is why you have to respond with absolute self-control and self-restraint. Admittedly, this may result in long hours at the office to make up for others' sloppiness and laziness, or a Sunday spent in an attack of rage cleaning. Afterwards, you can be sure that the order you longed for will have been perfectly restored. It may well be that your partner's 1970s to 1990s collection of all horse and hound print editions goes missing, but hey, the place is tidy, right? After all, you know the right way, and right is right, and wrong is wrong. Coming back to the toll mentioned earlier, the price you pay, if you're honest to yourself. Your ideal standards are so high that you can hardly ever reach them, let alone anyone else around you, of course. This is incredibly frustrating and disappointing. That nagging voice in your head hardly ever stops, intoxicating with sarcasm and self-righteousness. And before you know it, it's out there in the world, and you hear yourself saying words that you may regret after a short while. A constant dilemma on your inner stage. As soon as you are done, someone is getting ready to mess up the balance you have created. So draining. But as our Saboteur Safari helps to track down the hidden habits of the mind, let's put the spotlight on the lies the stickler saboteur is telling you. 1. It's up to me to fix whatever mess I encounter. It's my personal obligation. 2. Perfectionism is good. Plus, it makes me feel better about myself. 3. I know how things should be done and must do the right thing. You may have already got an impression of the impact this may have on yourself and others around you. Well, the stickler saboteur mode is very rigid and reduces your flexibility in dealing with change and others' different styles. As pointed out before, it's a source of ongoing anxiety and frustration. And last but not least, it causes resentment, self-doubt, and resignation in others, because no matter how hard they work, they will never please the stickler. But how come we have developed such self-sabotaging modes? Let's have a look at the original survival function. The stickler offers a way of quieting the constant voice of self-judgment and fear of others' judgments through trying to be perfect. If you do what is right, you will be beyond interference and reproach by others. Perfection and order brings a sense of temporary relief. This may have worked out as a solution for you in the middle of a chaotic family dynamic, for instance. If you had emotionally distant or demanding parents, you may have earned acceptance and attention by standing out as the perfect kid. Here's the thing. Cherish the natural strengths you have. However, if you take them too far, they turn into your greatest weakness. Your strength is good, but not as it is used by your saboteur, the stickler, for example. Let the sage, that is your wise self, use it, and it will blossom. Just to give you an analogy here, think of a knife. It's bad in the hands of a thief, but it's good in the hands of a surgeon. You can learn to stop your stickler saboteur and use the frustration and anger you experience as a helpful alert, and then quickly shift to the positive region of the brain, that part of your brain that has the calm clarity to create constructive order and peaceful balance most effectively. The app-supported Positive Intelligence program helps you to train your mental fitness in only 6 weeks, combined with my heartfelt support for you. In case this did not sound like you, I invite you to check which of the 10 saboteurs is doing the greatest harm to you right now, and take the free Saboteur Assessment. You will find the link somewhere here. Make sure to share your findings with me in a call, and I will be happy to explore your next steps and possibilities with you and see if we may be a good fit to work together.